let's take you back live to Bartberton, where, of course, preparations are in full swing ahead of tomorrow's State 2 category funeral for the late former Deputy President David Mabuza. Let's listen into
Judicial Secretary Comrade Chirwa and the Deputy Chairperson of the province, members of the Provincial Executive Committee, and members of the ANC and ANC volunteers at large, who formed a guard of honor here today to welcome and receive the mortal remains of our Deputy President, Comrade Tabet Mabuza. We first want to thank the family of Mabuza for giving us this platform to be with them in this sad and difficult journey of receiving the mortal remains of Comrade Titi. And we wish to say to them once more condolences, and that they are not alone. We are with them as the African National Congress. We too have lost a very important leader of our organization and our movement as a whole. We thank our members who have been in this journey in this province under the leadership of Comrade Mandla Ndlovu, members of the National Executive Committee who were here, and the memorial services yesterday that took place here in the province and KwaZulu-Natal, and others that are planned in other provinces to celebrate the life of Comrade Titi Mabuza. Tomorrow morning, the proceedings will start in the morning here at home with a private ceremony, which will, among others, include the handover of the African National Congress flag to the family, and then government will then, and the state will take over. As you know, that the funeral is declared by the president as category 2 of category 2, and it is military with military honors. So I think it will proceed from here to where the funeral will actually take place. But we'll be here tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning to execute that important ritual in terms of handing over the flag of the African National Congress. Thank you to you, members of the media as well, for being with us and the family in this journey and giving us a platform to celebrate the life of Comrade Titi Mabuza. And as we continue to do that in the last hours till tomorrow, we wish to thank you for that work that you have done, which have been sterling and covering every important activity that took place throughout this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, SG. I'm going to take a very few questions. News 24, followed by SABC, but we'll start with News 24.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mbalula. I'm Tuna Kapa from News 24. Yesterday, during the memorial services, the family said a few harsh words around how they heard about the death of the former deputy president. Have you spoken to the family? Have you apologized about it? They spoke about how they heard on social media, they saw screenshots. Has the ANC conveyed any apologies? If not, would you like to do that?
From our side as the ANC, we have followed all the protocols and all of that. I think it was a matter that the entire nation was engulfed with information, and that came in drips and drabs and landed in media houses and all of that, and where in which some of the members of the family learned about the passing through the networks and all of that. But from our side as the African National Congress, we have followed all the protocols up until the issuing of the statement that we issued, having been informed by members of the family about the passing away of Comrade Titi. And we did send our condolences and followed up by the Deputy President, who went to meet the family and extend our condolences in Johannesburg. And for anything that could have happened in a speed of a dial, I think it would not have been deliberate on the part of everyone. I think it was an information that came which was shocking, and for that happened on behalf of everyone. I think it is important for us to extend that important apology to the family, as not everyone did what they did deliberately. It was a speed of a dial when they came across the information, and it was not quite clear where is the center in terms of the announcement. But the information was already out there in terms of the passing away of our Deputy President.
Thank you very much. Comrade SG, if I may just indicate that the chair of the province addressed this matter extensively yesterday. It's a matter that is dealt with and done with in terms of ourselves and the family. May I take SABC?
Mr. Mbalula Samkela Masego from the SABC. The president is set to address the nation over the weekend. Has he taken the ANC into confidence what the content of that particular address to the nation will be about in pertaining to the action that he will take on Minister Sanzo Mchunu after those revelations by Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the Provincial Commissioner in KZN, and all the allegations of the top brass within the police service? Have you as the ANC also engaged your deployees who are engulfed within this particular controversy at this point in time?
We wait for Sunday family meeting, and the ANC will meet as always on Monday to process the matters of the past week as we prepare for the National Executive Committee, and all other matters that relate to this particular issue. Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi implications, intervention that the president will have analyzed will get and receive full attention of the ANC on Monday. And then on Monday, this is the week leading up to the National Executive Committee, which will deal with a whole lot of important political issues in our political environment, which is not the only issue, is not in the main this one, but will form part of that. And we await for the president, as we said, as the ANC, that we defer to the president to deal with this matter. And that is where we stand in relation to this issue.
But would it not be prudent for your president and the president of the Republic to take questions on this all-important issue, noting the interest of South Africans, that the security of the nation could ultimately be at risk? And he's the head of state. Journalists should be allowed to take questions on this particular important matter, as opposed to just the president addressing the South Africans on a television screen and then walking away and taking no questions.
I'm not a spokesperson of government. I'm the Secretary-General of the ANC. And I think in terms of established protocols, you've got the right to raise that with GCIS and Magwenya, the spokesperson of the president, that you would like to engage him when he speaks on Sunday. And then you take it up from there. So as for me, I can't speak on behalf of the president. I'm not a conduit. I'm part and parcel of the people waiting on the sidelines to receive the news on Sunday. So as ANC, we have articulated the correct position that this matter belongs to government, and the ANC will reflect on these developments on Monday. But I think your point will be bestly addressed at that level of government. Thank you very much.
Last two hands, ENCA.
From ENCA, has the family indicated to you why they decided to cancel the prayer that was set to take place at 5 p.m. today? Is it true that Fikile and Sanzo Mchunu have been advised to appear before the Integrity Commission of the ANC?
You want to speak on that? The service at 5.
The service.
He says that the service is cancelled at 5 and all of that. Our provincial secretary will address that part. You have asked.
No, thank you very much, SG. In terms of the cancellation of the service, which was supposed to take place at 7 o'clock, we collectively agreed with the family, because we all understand now that is this moment where in family has to come in real terms to terms with the passing on of the DP. So we allowed them quietness so that they be able to really come to terms with that, so that we avoid noise that will also disrupt their peace. That's the reason.
I think we take that view too. All of us here, that it's a very difficult moment for them, and I think it's important that for all what they have come across in terms of the passing away of their father, uncle, breadwinner, and all of that, that they be given space in this time. So I think we all agree about that, and our provincial leadership process that with the family, that we give them the time to absorb what has happened. I can explain for the last time, and lastly I want to thank all members of the ANC, and we'll meet tomorrow at the funeral, and I want to once more thank our provincial leadership. You can see in Mpumalanga the ANC is alive. Is alive. We are winning by-elections. We are on a comeback in a big way under the leadership of Mandla Ndlovu and the collective. And it's not a given. We've got to continue to work and rekindle this comeback, engaging with the people, and the masses are responding positively. And Didi would have celebrated that comeback of the ANC in this province. We've got processes in the ANC, and when you are faced with allegations of any sorts, you will appear voluntarily or you will be convened by the Integrity Commission. That is a standard process in the ANC. So it's not a question of whether or not they will want to appear or not appear. They will. If they don't, they will be convened. But what we avoid in the ANC is to trial people by the media. And then it's a fait accompli that people are guilty, as it would have been said. I don't think it's the right pattern to follow. There's always two sides to the story. And that is why in our processes, even in terms of the principles of our jurisprudence, they guarantee the rights of individuals, including hearing the side of others. And to prejudge, it is called prejudice, that people are guilty as charged. It is incorrect. There should be mechanisms put in place for everybody to respond. That is why South Africans are not trialed through a kangaroo court. They are subjected to the jurisprudence of our country. Nobody is above the law, and everyone have got the right to be listened to, and everyone is presumed innocent until decided otherwise. In terms of the ANC, when you are arrested, you are charged, you step aside. That's what the ANC has decided, and that has been the practice. It has not changed. It applies to all members across. So in this particular instance, the processes of the ANC of renewal that ensure that where integrity of the movement and individuals is brought into question and it affects the integrity of the ANC, that those matters will be ventilated through the Integrity Commission. So members voluntarily appear, and then or otherwise they are convened. The only question you can ask is, have they appeared or are they going to appear? I'm not aware when they will appear before the Integrity Commission. The Integrity Commission can only give me those answers as and when I ask. I'm here now, and then next week I'll have clarity about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm comfortable to wrap it up on that note, colleagues. for us to adjourn and see each other in the morning.
That was essentially the Secretary-General of the African National Congress, Fikile Mbalula, alongside NEC members and the provincial leadership of the ANC in the province, Mandla Ndlovu, Speedy Mashilo, and also Muzi Chira, the provincial secretary, essentially briefing on what is to unfold going towards the burial of former Deputy President David Mabuza going tomorrow, which will ultimately be laid to rest. We are told that there will be limited numbers for the official burial that will take place here at the family home tomorrow afternoon. It will be about 1,500 people who will be allowed inside the premises for where he will ultimately be interred in his final resting place. But ultimately everything will take place in Mbombela. The ceremony service that was supposed to take place at 7 o'clock this evening has been cancelled in order to allow the family to reel it in that the mortal remains of David Mabuza are back home and he is indeed no more.